Have you ever felt like stress, anxiety, depression, or anger was controlling you? Do you often act impulsively, doing or saying things you know you should not, only to regret it later? Or do you feel disconnected from your feelings and emotionally numb? This lesson presents on how to appreciate others' feeling, improving how you communicate and helping your personal and professional relationships to flourish. And as you bring stress into balance and learn to tolerate even unpleasant emotions, you will discover that your capacity for experiencing positive emotions has grown and intensified, that you will find it easier to play, laugh, and experience joy. Hi, this is Ma'am Neri once again, your personal development teacher. For today's video, we shall tackle Personal Development Module 16, the different type of emotions and how they are expressed. The learning objective of this module is for you to demonstrate and create ways to manage various emotions. To help you understand the concept of this module, here are the lists of terms for your reference. Decision-making is a cognitive process where the outcome is a choice between alternatives. We often have different preferences as to our preferred approach, varying between thinking and feeling. Emotional decision-making is the reactive, and largely subconscious, decision-making that you encounter in heated arguments or when faced with immediate danger. Logical decision-making is the foundation of such decisions as the principle of utility, whereby the value of each option is assessed by assigning criteria. Emotional awareness is all about being able to notice and identify the emotions we feel at any given moment. Moods are the emotions we feel. Mindset is the thoughts and ideas that go along with that mood. Feeling is an emotional state or reaction. Pre-test. Multiple choice. Directions. From the given choices below, write the letter of the correct answer that best describe the given statement. Learning Activity 1. Feelings or emotions definition. Write your answer in the journal. Activity 2. Emotion collage. The purpose of activity is to increase awareness of emotions in others and to be aware of facial expressions and body language. Directions. Cut out pictures from magazines that show a person with the feeling listed and paste on shapes below. Draw pictures if you cannot find any in magazines. Managing emotional reactions. We all get angry. We all have disappointments. Often, it is important to express how you feel. But managing your reaction means knowing when, where, and how to express yourself. When you understand your emotions and know how to manage them, you can use self-control to hold a reaction if now is not the right time or place to express it. You have probably been in a situation where someone reacted in a way that was too emotional, making you feel embarrassed for the person. You also might have been in a situation where your own emotions felt so strong that it took all your self-control not to go down that path yourself. Maybe you can think of a time when you did not manage your reaction. Perhaps anxiety, anger, or frustration got the better of you. It happens. When it does, forgive yourself and focus on what you could have done better. Think about what you might do next time. Emotions or feelings. To start to understand your emotions, you need to ask yourself two questions. How do I feel? How do I know? But others also have emotions. At the same time as being aware of your own feelings, you also need to be aware of those of others. You also need to ask, how do others feel, and how do I know? There are several ways that we can tell how others are feeling, but particularly by observing what they say, and how they behave, including their body language. Research suggests that more than 80% of communication is nonverbal, meaning that it comes from body language and facial expression. Many of us do not like to talk about our emotions, especially not if they really matter to us, so they tend to be expressed even more in our body language. Positive actions to help you manage emotions. Exercise. This releases reward and pleasure chemicals in the brain such as dopamine, which makes you feel better. Being fit also makes you healthier, which helps in managing emotions. Be kind to others because this helps stop you worrying about yourself. Be open and accept what is going on around you. Learn to appreciate what is happening and avoid excessive criticism of others or of situations. This is linked to mindfulness, which is about being aware of what is going on in the moment. It is good to talk. Spend time with other people and enjoy their company. Distract yourself. Yes, you really are that shallow. Watching a bit of TV, reading, or surfing the internet will probably help you forget that you were feeling a bit down. Do not give in to negative thinking. If you find yourself having negative thoughts, then challenge them by looking for evidence against them. Spend time outside. Being in the fresh air, especially around nature, is helpful for calming the emotions. There is evidence that we need to see horizons, so if you can go up a hill and look at the view, then do. Be grateful. Thank people in person for doing nice things for you and remember it. Play to your strengths. That often means doing things that you enjoy, but it also involves doing things that are good for you. Notice the good things in your life. In old-fashioned terms, count your blessings. As we said above, you can change how you feel. The key is to be aware of your emotional response and understand what might be behind it. That way, you can apply some reason to the situation. For example, you might ask yourself some questions about possible courses of action, like, how do I feel about this situation? What do I think I should do about it? What effect would that have for me and for other people? Does this action fit with my values? If not, what else could I do that might fit better? Is there anyone else that I could ask about this who might help me? When you make decisions, you can draw on reason, emotion, or a mixture of the two. Emotional decisions are sometimes seen as made in the heat of the moment, but emotions play a greater part in most decisions than we may be aware. The best decisions are made using both logic and emotion. If you only use one or the other, your decisions may either not be very balanced, or not support your emotional needs. Instead, you need to combine your emotional response with more rational considerations. It pays to be aware of our own and others' feelings. Highly emotionally intelligent people do this all the time. Like any other, it is a skill that can be developed, and which is well worth acquiring. Emotional awareness helps us know and accept ourselves. So how can you become more aware of your emotions? Start with these 3 simple steps. 1. Make a habit of tuning in to how you feel in different situations throughout the day. You might notice that you feel excited after making plans to go somewhere with a friend. Or that you feel nervous before an exam. You might be relaxed when listening to music, inspired by an art exhibit, or pleased when a friend gives you a compliment. Simply notice whatever emotion you feel, then name that emotion in your mind. It only takes a second to do this, but it is great practice. Notice that each emotion passes and makes room for the next experience. 2. Rate how strong the feeling is. After you notice and name an emotion, take it a step further. Rate how strongly you feel the emotion on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the mildest feeling and 10 the most intense. 3. Share your feelings with the people closest to you. This is the best way to practice putting emotions into words, a skill that helps us feel closer to friends, boyfriends or girlfriends, parents, coaches, anyone. Make it a daily practice to share feelings with a friend or family member. You could share something that is quite personal or something that is simply an everyday emotion. Processing questions. 1. What concepts have you learned from this module? And 2. What have you discovered about yourself in relation to the module? Application. Self-expression through leisure. The purpose of the activity is to learn appropriate ways to express self through active leisure activities. Directions. Place a check mark beside activities that you are interested in doing in column on left. Explain how activities could be creative in the column on the right. Do something active and creative is a great way to express oneself. Post-test. True, false. Directions. Read each statement below carefully. Place a T on the line if you think a statement is true. Place an F on the line if you think the statement is false. 1. Emotional awareness helps us know and accept ourselves. 2. Sleeping releases reward and pleasure chemicals in the brain such as dopamine, which makes you feel better. 3. Research suggests that more than 80% of communication is nonverbal. 4. Managing your reaction means knowing when, where, and how to express yourself. 5. When you make decisions, you can draw on reason, emotion, or a mixture of the two. Additional activity. Discussion prompts. Directions. Choose your own adventure story in which a character has choices about possible behaviors and then experiences logical or natural consequences. Discuss the difference between reacting and responding to emotions. Describe a fictional or literary character that is impulsive. Discuss the causes and the consequences of their behavior. This will be the rubrics in grading your discussion prompts. Reflection questions. Write your answer in the journal. 1. When struggling with a situation, what I do not like. 2. How did I feel when I went through a similar situation as this fictional literary character portrays? 3. Do I separate judging actions from judging individuals? 4. Do I tend to focus on the positive or negative traits of others? 5. How might this person's mood affect his or her decision-making and communication style and their reaction to my own? Assignment. Write about your feeling. Directions. Write down 2 situations in which you felt scared, nervous, or angry. Pay attention to your thoughts also. Write your answer in the journal. Please check your answers with this answer key. That's it, my dear students. Thank you for listening and accomplishing the different tasks. I hope you learned a lot from lesson. Again, this is Ma'am Neri, saying, all is well.